Hello, everybody, and welcome to Just Another WoW Show. We are your hosts. I am Trevor.
And I'm Eric.
Yeah, that's Eric. We are here to talk to you guys all about World of Warcraft. Not about really anything else but World of Warcraft. We'll segue. We'll mess things up. We'll be fun. So welcome, Episode 3, Just Another WoW Show.
Enjoy our faces and our voices.
Ugh, especially my voice. That's so annoying. All right,
and our
so,
content. Enjoy some of our content.
Yeah. We're going to have crappy content. So today, we got a few topics of conversation that we want to talk about. Earlier we discussed them, and we kind of broke them down. Kind of want to stay on topic, because as, you know, lately...
We're not going to stay on topic.
Oh, no, I mean, we're going to try. But as of lately, we've had a lot of news from Blizzard on World of Warcraft. So today, Eric, what are we breaking down first?
First thing that I want to talk about, questing. It's the first thing that basically, since I haven't pre-ordered Warlords yet. Don't rage on me. I have my reasons. My reason...
Not anymore, he doesn't.
Well, no, I still do, because my major reasons is that I don't want to pre-order, because then I'll just use my free 90. I'll just use it. Like, it's...
Oh, you want to...
Okay. It's so much time between now and Warlords of Draenor that I can level. Like, I have the free time. I'm playing WoW. I'm bored with all the current Siege of Orgrimmar stuff. So I'm all about just going through and leveling all my tunes right now. So
questing.
If I get Warlords now, I'm going to boost my characters and miss out on the questing experience. But one of the things that I'm finding about the questing experience is that I'm getting irritated going to zones when I know exactly what I like. I'm like, okay, I just want to quest right now. That's what I want to do. I have to find these quest hubs, and I don't know the zones well enough to get into to just go straight to where the quest hub would be.
Oh, right. So like in a place that where you've never been before?
Yeah, I mean places that I haven't been enough, like Dread Waste and stuff in Pandaria. I don't know exactly where the starting quest hub is. Like, I go to places I know there should be quests, but they're not actually there. So with questing, what I want is I want to be able to pop into a zone, and just like when you get to... I mean, WoW already does it. Like, when they do a new patch, you walk into Stormwind or Orgrimmar, and it's like, hey, go see War Chief. He's going to send you over this way.
Oh, like the Heroes Call boards?
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're talking the little ping.
Yeah, it just pops up automatically for you. That's what I want when I go into a zone, and you pop into the zone, and it says, hey, these are your questing hubs, and it just brings up a quest to go report to X or go report to Y.
Automatically.
Just
as soon as you enter.
As soon as it says you've entered Zangar Marsh, it goes bling. You can start questing in Zangar Marsh over here. I don't know why BC popped up in my head.
Because we're about to go back.
I'm about to start BC on one of my 60 shamans, and I was just gonna boost my 60 shaman, but then I realized that I have so much free time in WoW right now, like, because I'm doing normal mode right now for Siege of Orgrimmar with my pally, but I'm only doing that once a week. I mean, I could only we complete it in one night, so I don't see a reason in spending 7 days a week prepping for 6 days a week prepping for that one event.
So you know how you mentioned what the ping?
Yeah.
When I boosted my 90 and the free characters I get, or if I get on, I had one for the Scroll Resurrection when I came back after a long hiatus, I guess you can call it. But when I had my boost, my hunter, I got into they put you in the Shrine of the Two Moons, and as soon as you get in and it flashes up and it says, I think there's one quest, and it's the Flash of Bronze or whatever.
Yeah.
Sends you to go talk to like Chromie or something like that, and then it doesn't start you on like the legendary quest line. It starts you on the quest to get, I think the end of it's like the Emperor Shao Hao, the old dude you walk up the mountain and he gives you some boots. Yeah, but I think that's the quest line. It sends you to a couple scenarios. It's outdated stuff. I think that was part of the quest line before Siege of Orgrimmar launched, and that was like the what do they call it? The pre-patch stuff. You had to go into the Barrens and collect all the resources and stuff and kill the Corcoran guys. But that's outdated. I agree. That would be awesome if they could just come up and be like, ping, hey, go here, go here, go here.
Yeah.
And if you do that, you're good in this zone. You're done.
Yeah, and I'm not talking about like you walk into the zone and it gives you all of your quests that you're going to do for that zone.
Right.
I just want it to get me to the hub.
Right. And you're right. It's hard unless you have the little tracking on your map that shows you, hey, because I think now you can bring up on the map and it'll have that little yellow exclamation point and say sometimes exactly
in some areas,
or it'll be like a blue one or a yellow one. But like I've noticed, on my main, I go around and I don't really see. I can turn on like low level tracking for quests, and I mean I can go, and that's anywhere, but you have to fly around and look for it.
Yeah.
I just want it to be like, hey, by the way,
another thing, and they might be adding this. Going along with exploring, like as I'm out in the world and stuff, the one thing that I want is I want to see achievement trackers, not like stuff that I basically when I'm flying through a zone and there's like go kill 30 of these critters, and it's like go kill 30 of these critters. I'm like, okay, that's an easy achievement for me to complete, and my I guess dungeon tracker or whatever they're going to call it, the journal guide. I know they had talked about something similar to this.
Yeah, the dungeon journal.
No, dungeon journal is the explanation of the fights and stuff.
It gives you boss loot. Okay,
yeah, but this thing, I don't remember what they called it. It was just kind of like a journey guide or something like that. And basically, it kind of helped you along of where to go and like, hey, last time you logged in, you were working on this, and these are what we suggest you go do. I think that they need to add something like that where I'm just flying around and I pop into a zone and it's like, hey, go slay these 4 elites and you'll get this achievement that are in this zone. And you're like, oh, okay, that's easy enough. It gives me something to do, and it's going to detour me from my original mission of just grind. Like, go here, go work on my farm, come back, go do this, go do that. Like,
yeah, it feels really grindy and less like... I mean, I don't like the term linear, like I do like storyline, but I like to be able to choose my own adventure, so to speak. But
choose page 27. Oh no, I didn't want to do that. I'm gonna go back.
I miss those. It was like, yeah, this is a bad idea, and then I go back page and be like, no, this is where okay, and and
then you end up hopping around. Yeah,
I'd still do that. Anyways, back on you mentioned the achievements, and you also told me that you used to have an add-on that used to say like, hey, by the way, while you're in this zone, you could do these achievements.
Yeah, and that's kind of where this stemmed from. One, hey, if you guys know what add-on that is, please let me know. You can contact us at justanotherwowshow@gmail.com if you have any questions for the show, or if we ask you guys for something, go ahead and send us an email there. You can also send us messages on our YouTube page. And also on twitch.tv, you can leave comments here. And it looks like...
Hey, Metricos, he's back. What's up,
man?
Hey. How's it going?
How you doing, Metricos? Metricos actually was our first viewer on a stream that we were doing earlier this week, just testing it out. He actually got back into WoW.
God, we did it.
we got one. You got one, and he's our first one.
Poor guy.
You, Metricos. And on top of that, he also... made a new tune on our realm. We got him into our guild, and he also ended up boosting a priest. And he's talking about healing for us. So we'll.
Oh, what? You're hired. Pocket heals, me, the warrior. Don't worry about these guys.
Yeah, but so if you guys know the add-on, go ahead, leave a comment in the page. Go on YouTube. You can leave it there, or email us at justanotherwowshow. But if you know the name of that add-on, please send it over, because it was truly a pleasure, and that's kind of what I'm looking for the. I'm going to call it a journey guide for now.
Yeah, that's fine.
I'm just going to call it a journey guide. If Blizzard can implement that, it would suck up so much of my time, and I wouldn't notice. Like, I wouldn't notice that they're taking up so much of my time, because it's like, hey, you can do this 2-minute thing. Like, you can go get this achievement, and I'm like, oh, well, what is that achievement? and I'll go run off and do it. Or you can be like, hey, there's some quests over here that you haven't done yet, and go over this way. And like instead of going straight down the way, I'm gonna detour around this way. So
yeah, like I said, less linear, more. I want to have options, and I want to
encourage me to go into the world.
Yeah, exactly. Don't don't force me to wait until this hub is done, until somebody says, okay, now that you're done here, go speak with, Johnny Blaze over here.
And I understand, like, the whole phasing thing, like, how you can't go to a certain zone, like, if it's not built yet, like, if the person who ends up building the encampment that you get the next chain of quests are, I understand not giving me that until this place is complete, but there's still tons of quests. Blizzard, you guys make so many quests that there's so much content for that when you hit 90, you probably haven't done like 50%, if 70% of the quests. You still have so many quests left to do.
Right. Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh, and like I said, I was telling you earlier, that's my big turns from going back and doing old stuff is because I don't know where it's at. I don't know what to do. I don't know any of that.
Yeah. And
but I want to. I want to go and I'll be honest. I don't really care too much about the story. I'll pick it up as I go, but I don't care to go through and do every single quest to figure it out. And I'll go online and read about it. But as oh man, I just totally lost my train of thought. I do want them to say, hey, go and try these out, check this out, and I think that's one of those things they should bake in with achievements. Is to be able to say where and when I go, to say, oh, hey, like bling, or at least show like in the like an achievement tracker, as part of the quest. Hey, you're near this, or hey, you're in a dungeon. These are what you can do, because I neglect achievements unless they are mounts or
titles.
Titles, exactly.
Yeah, and that's understandable because there's a ton of achievements in this game. Like there's no way to do them all. Like I was looking it up, like trying to see like who has the most achievements in the world, and like there's
guy has all of them.
I think he has like 99.9% of them.
Yeah, it's
like I don't even know
shaman.
Yeah,
I know what you're talking about.
I don't even know if you can get that other 1%. Like I don't know, or the 0.1%. I don't know if that's possible.
I think I went through and looked, and I think it's a PvP. I think it's his last achievement's a PvP achievement. Oh, I think it was, but you're right. I don't
that's
think
ridiculous.
It is. Yeah, it was. And I mean, dude, I have a hard time doing those. But what I also want to see is because the only 2 or 3 rewards really you get from achievements is, I mean, you can gloat about it, but it's kind of hidden. The only way you can gloat is if somebody comes and compares their achievements, or if somebody says link your achievement for this, and it's all really obvious crap. Why? Or and the other 2 is the mounts and the titles. I get those, and a lot of people will do just the achievements for the mounts and the titles, and some of them are meta achievements where they're combined achievements, which is great. But I think if they were to implement something along the lines of some more benefit for the achievements, I mean, some other way.
Benefit?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet, and I want to say something that sets apart the other people that do those achievements. You know what I'm saying? I saw a guy the other day, and he's got like 15,000 achievement points, and he's rocking, like Destroyer's End title, and he was just flying around just some regular. I think there was a Hearthsteed. You know what I mean? So there's in the titles, people can disable those. You don't have to see those. So a lot of times what people see is the mounts, and I mean, I don't really use them that much. I use my headless horseman steed because I think it's the coolest one.
Yeah, it is a cool one.
But I don't know. Maybe I know the garrisons are coming out.
Yeah,
and maybe they could do something, like a Hall of Champions kind of thing that says like, hey, you remember that? You did that, or maybe some like banners that go up around.
You know what? I just thought of some. I'm gonna Fable. Did you ever play Fable?
No, I never did.
Okay, so after you completed a quest, you'd get a trinket from it, like something to mount on your wall, basically. And then you would go purchase a house, like you go buy housing, and then you could go mount your trophies. It was trophies. You'd go mount, like, so if you slayed a dragon, you'd then go take the dragon's head and mount it on the wall of your house you purchased.
That would be awesome.
Right? That'd be
man.
a great way for achievements. Like, if you get an achievement that's like, I mean, even if it's like an in-game, what do you call that? Just a board that the people walk up to and right-click, and when you right-click the board, it shows like a thing of medals, like medals that they've earned. And then for like really big achievements, when you walk into like their garage and their Hall of Champions, it has like trophy room, and just has like big trophies of like different things going on, like how in
Like
Ogremar
tabards of stuff,
Yeah.
or like if you raided Ogremar or Garrosh, you got like the Ogremar tabard or something.
Yeah, like I'm thinking of like Manaroth, like Manaroth's bones that are in Ogremar, that the big demon bones that are sitting there
Where are those at?
in was it the Valley of Strength, like the first area you walk into? They're to the left as soon as you walk in.
Oh, I saw. Isn't that like Nefarian's head? Oh no, that's no. What am I thinking of?
I believe it's Manaroth.
Manaroth?
I think
Okay.
it's the demon that infected.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Okay. I know what you're talking about now. All right.
And then like with Stormwind, how like once you killed like Deathwing, once you killed Deathwing, like you can see when you go over to the Cataclysm area with all the portals, you can see like a part of Deathwing's scale sitting there. And if you could do that with like your like a champion hall or a trophy room kind of thing, that would be
just
super
for like, just
awesome.
achievements. I mean, it doesn't have to be. I would like to be able to walk around and be like, wow, that dude's done a lot without inspecting, or you know what I'm saying, like
Visual awareness,
right? Or to know. I was listening to the instance, and they were saying like to know the difference between, you know, a fresh level 90 and a new level 90, or I mean an experienced level 90 is their gear, which sometimes is hard to tell the difference between. So you look at their health pool and say, oh wow, this guy's got more health than that guy. Or you can... You're freaking me out, man.
Dude, we made the chat way too small. I can't see that, but look, hold on one second. Metrico says that the achievement that I was talking about is called Overachiever.
Overachiever.
Which makes sense.
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah. All right, it's getting downloaded today.
Thanks, man.
And it was lovely. What was lovely?
The achievement. Or the achievement tracker.
Oh.
Overachiever.
Okay. Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, that's way too small. I can barely see that. I'm an idiot. Well, I have it here. It's just...
you just loaded up the chat in your
phone. It takes
phone.
forever. 4G, my rear. Anyways, the people have said, or listened to the instance, you know, it's hard to... unless you inspect somebody, it's hard to tell the difference between a min-max player and a fresh guy. You know, I mean, you could tell by the health pools. But I want to see somebody, like, if they've spent a lot of time and a lot of effort on one guy... and they've done a lot in the game, I kind of want to see it more. I don't want to, you know, I don't want to have to walk up and be like, oh, wow, you got crazy amounts of gear, but, you know, oh, you've been carried through whatever you're doing, you know?
Yeah.
Like I want to see somebody that has achieved stuff, and I want to noticeably see it. And then not only that, but I want to be able to see my own stuff, walk in and be like, wow, without looking at my achievement list, you know?
Yeah. Here's another thing. The adding, like, for your achievement talk that you're talking about, what about like adding like a bronze and silver and gold achievement? It's not worth any less points or anything like that, but it's based on when you achieve it. If you achieve it, if you get an achievement for Wrath of the Lich King when it was relevant content, you'd get the gold achievement. Because then it says you completed it when it was relevant content.
Right, instead of going back and doing it.
And if you do it like later in that expansion when the item level's X amount higher or whatever, you get silver.
And then when it's
old, you get bronze.
I like, because I really like that setup. What is it, challenge modes bring that to you?
Yeah. I was checking out something
That's a really good idea. And then that way, so you could like say, hey, I'm a gold achiever.
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
know what I mean? Like I have
Badge of honor.
a majority of gold stuff because I do it, as it, and I'm not a,
Yeah,
a
and
soloist
I
to
mean,
go
they
back and
add
do
in
it.
there right now, like they add when you achieved it, like achieved on, so on and so forth.
Yeah, but that's not the same.
No,
It's all
yeah,
little text.
because like exactly, it's little text. You don't really notice it, and you just go, "Oh, they achieved this," and then you move on. Because like there's certain things like oh, what was it? There was an achievement that used to be really difficult that I just recently got on my warrior that I just leveled. I walked in and I struggled with it on my pally, and I walked and I was when it was relevant content, and then now I just walked in with my warrior and I got the achievement again. And technically, if I wanted to link the achievement, I could from my paladin and show off that I got gold on him. But then I'm like thinking, if I'm on my warrior and I link it, it's going to show bronze if they implemented that kind of thing.
I think that would be a lot better that way.
Yeah.
Because I don't like how. I mean, now the game is so alt friendly. I don't want to say I hate it, but I do because I mean I'm making alts, but I'm trying not to play them. Well, I'm not making alts. I made alts. I have 7 level 90s, 2 of them in the same class. I don't want to play them all. I want to play like 1 or 2, and I could take and the achievements I've done on my main and use them on another guy, and people, oh, okay, you've done it before. But I've never done it as a ranged DPS, or I've never tanked it, or I've never healed it, or I've never meleeed it, So just because I've done it once doesn't mean I know how to do it. And, I think that you should have to eat that certain character-specific stuff should be character-specific. Like you're saying, your nice little achievement system here.
Yeah.
I kind of like that. That'd be interesting to see.
Yeah.
So,
but going on, so having the champion hall in your garrison, I think that'd be a cool little like benefit. Like, and I know they're still working on building on the different buildings that you can get and how they benefit you.
right.
How much have you read on garrisons?
Not a lot. That's one of those things that I really want to be surprised with. I mean, aside, like I don't want to be surprised with the abilities or what I'm going to be able to do with my character. I want to be surprised with certain content. Like I don't want to. I haven't gone over the maps of the zones. I want to walk in and be like, wow, this is cool. But
I make it a point to not look at the pictures and stuff. But
Right, yeah.
The verbiage and stuff, because once I get in the game, I'm not going to read anything.
oh, right.
So I want to read it now.
Well, and to my understanding, this is their player housing. Okay, and like I said, I'm pretty new to the topic of garrisons, but the thing that I kind of get from it, and I'm probably way wrong, is I read before about how you're going to be able to have basically like a crew of people, and you can kind of send them off to go run your errands for you. All that like tedious stuff that nobody likes to do, like herbalism. I don't like to do it, man. I mean,
so the way that that's working, every day they're once a day you can get a bag from, if you make the herbalist building, whatever it's going to be,
right.
you'll get a bag of mats
That somebody else went or
that
NPCs went and farmed.
that the NPCs went and got, and it's once a day, one bag. So I mean, it's enough to get you started, but it's not going to be enough to like
Crank out.
to crank out a bunch of stuff. And it's going to be random things, like when you get the large bags and stuff in game right now when you kill certain rare spawns.
Right, it's just random stuff.
Yeah, it could be like 20 green tea leaves
or something. Oh, but like you said, if you make a specific, so if like I'm like my warrior, my horde guy does herbalism and alchemy, I can have them go and pick me some flowers because I don't want to do that.
Well, you don't even have to tell them to.
It just does it anyways.
Yeah, the building will automatically generate a bag. And granted, that's alpha, so it could change. But as of right now, the plans that they have is just once you build it once a day, you can go collect.
See,
herbs
when I read about that,
mining.
I pictured it like Assassin's Creed.
Yes.
You know how you could tell the assassin, all right, go do this job, and it takes them a lot longer than it would take you. But it's one of those things you could say, you go and do that in 6 hours, that job's complete, and I don't have to worry about doing it myself. And I can go and do arenas or battlegrounds.
I'm not sure about the reward system of them going to do it. As far as I know, it's you could get loot from it. Like if you tell them to go do a dungeon, like you build their 5-man group and stuff, and you can like check the status of their progress, and like it could be anywhere from 6 hours to 24 hours or however many hours it is to go complete something, and you just come back and check the status. Now there is a feature to there is a feature to there is a feature to recall your team once you've submitted, like once you've sent them on a mission. You can recall them so that you can assign them to different missions or anything like that, because each person that you have in your group is going to have their own specialization as well. So like you may end up sending your level 90 Leroy Jenkins or whatever. There's actually some of the characters' names in there. I think they're just test names, but like you can get
Leroy Jenkins. That's old school.
Yeah, you can but you can send him off on a whole adventure. But then you're like, oh well, I need his. He's a his professions are blacksmithing. I need him to come back because I need to craft this, or I need him to go do this instead. I need to have him build this building or weapon or whatever. So then you have to recall him from his mission, and it's just an option. It's like a Hearthstone. Now there's another feature in there that I thought was kind of interesting. You can mass teleport. So when you have like 5 people, you teleport them to their mission. And I don't know if you teleport them back, but I assume that means that they're including travel time in the missions.
And it's probably like ground mount travel time or walking travel time. Because I can't imagine them making your crew, so to speak, be as fast and as
efficient.
Yeah, as efficient as you are. I'm sure it'd be like if it was an NPC. It's kind of dumbed down. It's not you. They're not gonna have a perfect rotation. They're gonna cast Frostbolt or what? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But I mean, I just picture. I know it's not gonna be. They're actually gonna go out in the world, so you're gonna be running around finding your dudes from your garrison, and I think it's all just gonna be in the computer. Numbers and zeros and ones. But I mean, I can picture.
Aren't we all just zeros and ones?
No, I'm a 1. Come on, get it.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah.
Get it.
Yeah.
Okay. But yeah, I think that it'd just be cool. I don't know.
Yeah,
there's nothing more to say on it.
Yeah, I'm all for this whole garrison thing, and yes, it is a lot like Assassin's Creed, but you know what it's also like? A little more relevant to World of Warcraft.
Warcraft 3
and 2 and 1
and 1
because you're building a city.
This is the other thing I want to know is how big, like how big is it? Is it going to be like a small town, or is it? I mean, I know what a garrison is,
Mm-hmm.
I mean, but like, and I know you're going to be able to put like a town hall in I mean, how big? You know what I'm saying? Like the scale of it.
Yeah. So I don't have the exact numbers in my head, but there's a certain amount of plots. So there's 3 different sizes. There's 3 different tiers, and each tier has a different amount of plots, and you have to fill all of the plots to upgrade it to the next tier. And each tier, it's small, medium, and large. There's 3 plots in each. So like
what's the resource system? Yes,
the resource system that's here. Let's pull this up real quick.
Check that out, guys. That's pretty cool. He worked for 20 minutes on that.
Yeah, it just kind of popped in my head because when we were talking about pictures and stuff all last week.
This is on MMO Champion, by the way, guys. That's a great site. If you guys don't know about it already, check it out.
Pass it?
MMO Champion.
Look at all these character models, all these stats. There's questions and whatnot. Am I skipping?
No.
Where is... They just released a bunch... Oh, it's right at the top.
More stuff. Look at all that. Oh, my God. It's so hard to keep up with all this. Okay, so, starting building town hall, mine, a farm, and a fishing shack.
Yeah.
So you'll be able to fish on your... That would be great.
Yeah, there's going to be a pond you can fish at and stuff like that. So then you have your small buildings like your alchemy, smithy, enchanting. It's all your profession stuff. Medium buildings being like your pet stable, which I thought was kind of cool because you would have like your pets chilling out in the little stable.
Wait, like your little pets, like no, wait, like all of them just run around playing with each other?
Not all of them. I think it's like they're gonna have a set, like you could be your top 5 favorites or something like that, because that's what they're doing with mounts. You can actually pick your top 5 favorite mounts, and they'll be chilling out.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool.
So then, like the other thing that they were talking about was like the trading post. I believe that is just going to be like vendors somewhere you can sell stuff at, but it may have some pretty cool stuff in there. I don't know, because the trading post that might be like an auction house. Like the one thing
that's what it sounds like.
So what I don't want this garrison to be, I don't want it to be your main city. I don't want it to be your Dalaran, because I don't want it to be Shatarath and all that stuff. Because if it is, then you're gonna lose out on like when you're on an unpopulated server right now and you're running around in the cities, it just feels dead. But then you go to like I don't know, Mal'Ganis or something like that, one of those larger servers.
You can't find an NPC.
Yeah, because all you see is just player characters running around. But the one of the things that I was looking at, the stable. So the stable is where you're going to have your 5 pets, right?
Okay.
And there's also something that they announced, that there's going to be a rare mount vendor.
What? How is it rare then if it's a vendor?
Because you're going to be able to purchase rare mounts.
Well, before I ask this question, what's the currency, or what's the process on? Have they released that yet on upgrading this?
They haven't released an exact thing, because from what I've seen, like some of the earlier things were like 10,000 gold for this or 10,000 gold for that. But then they started releasing things talking about like lumber and like basically like in Warcraft 2. Or Warcraft 1, like you had to have X amount of resources before you could build a building.
Yeah, like your oil, gold. And,
yeah, and
so
I'm thinking
say, make it so, and get some cheat codes on
glittering prizes.
That's what it is. Glittering prizes.
Make it so builds it faster.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
All right.
You need nerds. Both anyways. If you're gonna do glittering prizes, might as well make it so.
If you're gonna cheat right.
But yeah, so the stable is gonna have. I believe that the rare mounts you'll most likely end up spending gold on. And it's going to be something ridiculous. Like I can only imagine it's going to be like the black market auction house, where it's just like, I'm never going to spend 100,000 gold. I'm never going to make 100,000 gold.
And if I did, I wouldn't. I don't know. I'd go all friggin' stingy on it.
I'm too generous with my gold with like my friends and stuff. Like, I mean, there's so many times where it's like, oh man, I just really need to enchant right now. I'm like, oh, here's 2,000 gold. Go do it. Because then it allows us to play together. Like the whole point is to have fun and enjoy playing the game, and it's best played as an MMO,
right? With
a massive amount of multiple people,
right?
MMO.
That's the idea, is it?
Yeah. But yeah, so like some of the larger buildings that you can build, like I had said, there's 3 different kinds of plots: small, medium, and large. So you have to have X amount of small buildings, medium buildings, and large buildings before you can go to the next tier. Now, once you go to the next tier, you have more plots that you can put down. So, like, you can see.
Oh, I see. That's interesting.
So these are all the different places you can throw buildings at, and they're different sizes and all that.
But you'll be able to go inside and walk around this place, and hey, I'm gonna walk over to mine.
It's the full town. Like they're NPCs and everything. They have a new a script. Instead of like walk from point 4722 to 8023. Like they don't just walk a line back and forth.
Not
It's smart. So it's like, if there's this, then do this. It's a lot of if and then statements. Like if there's a mill and your guy has this profession, he'll go over there and he'll talk and work with the building that's there. Or if like a critter comes up, he could possibly walk up to the critter and talk to the critter, play around with it, throw a ball or something with it because it's in the vicinity.
Wow, that's cool. Look at that.
So once you fill up your plots, you can then move to the next tier. Once you fill that up, you have more plots to put more things in. So This is your tier progression. This is the first one, it looks like. And then your second one, you can see that it added more. And then your third tier adds even more. Now, this is kind of what we're talking about, like assigning people to go do missions
I've
and
seen
stuff.
this is what I've seen right here.
They can do quests, they can do scenarios, dungeons, and then raids. I kind of find that interesting that you can do raids. But like you can see on here that like a scenario is 2 to 3 hours.
Wait, can they get you gear?
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. That's one of the things that they have the option of doing. And
Guaranteed to yield player loot.
yeah, and like the raid here, it takes 4 to 7 days. So I mean that's a piece.
That's
a week.
awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That is, it's amazing. I don't even know if that's I don't know if they can keep that pace. Like to offer a piece of gear every 4 to 7 days. So
That's huge. Well, I mean, it'd probably be a lockout. You know, that you can probably only do it once a week.
Well, yeah, you can only send like it's gonna require probably I mean, you have to send them with 10 people to go do that, and they have to be well enough geared themselves.
Okay, so how do you get these guys geared? Do you send them to do these quests and scenarios, and then they get gear themselves, and you get a piece?
I think that is how it works. I mean, you may share gear with them, like you may.
Oh, like your item? No, that wouldn't make sense, because I think it'd be really cool as if you had to like gear up your crew.
Yeah.
Can you name your crew? Like, can I name mine like Wu-Tang Clan or something like that?
I don't know if you can name the group, but you can name. It looks like you can name the individuals.
Oh God, that's gonna be funny. It's gonna be full of colorful euphemisms. Well, at least mine is, anyways.
This is another thing that I'm kind of interested in, and I'm a little frustrated with. Limited access to professions you don't have. That, to me, it's like, okay, so I need a jewel cut. I just leveled my warrior so that I could have 600 jewel crafting so I could make gems for all my other characters.
Right.
If I have limited access, what does that mean? Like, is it going to be like the war drums and stuff from leatherworking? Like
how it's less of a benefit.
But it's still something.
Right.
If that's the case, I'm sort of okay with it. I'm still a little frustrated because it's going to kill the market, because in all honesty, there's such a large player base that's just going to get what's easy for them to grab.
I have a feeling this expansion is really going to kill the market in general. I mean, with less gems or gem slots for jewel crafters to fill. Remember last week we talked about professions, and unless they make it to where it turns into a gear building thing, you actually build or make stuff, and there's only 3 professions that do that. There's not really going to be much of a market there. So,
yeah, I agree. I mean, it's definitely going to lessen it, but I'm optimistic there when it comes to professions. They'll do something about it. It may be broken for a little bit, but I think in the end they'll get it right.
Yeah, hopefully.
This actually, I just saw this 20 seconds ago.
What?
Sorry. Sorry. This is something that I saw just like 20 seconds ago. Interact with followers and buildings, monuments, and trophies. Kind of along the lines of what we were just talking about. I don't know if it's going to be linked to achievements, but monuments and trophies are going to be things you can...
That would be really cool. Or, you know what would be also cool is to see, like, old NPCs hanging out in your... Like, what was that little girl that walked around with Chen Stormstout or whatever?
Lily,
yeah. Wouldn't that be cool?
I have no idea why I know that.
I don't either. That's kind of weird. It's actually says a lot, but look at that. That's cool. That wouldn't it be cool to see like old NPCs?
Yeah, I mean they have their lives and stuff. That you can't just kidnap them and put them in your garrison.
if they just stopped by and was like, "Hey, what's up?" Because I think it was you that was telling me one day that, like, as you go through, you progress through the story and it talks. The story is basically acting like you yourself and a small group of people are the saviors. There's not millions of freaking people that killed Deathwing.
Mhm.
It was you and like a handful of other people, and apparently you like your character is just as powerful as some of these, like Tyrion Fordring and Varian Wrynn. Like you're just as strong as they are, but for gameplay's sake, your health is lower. Your attacks don't do as much damage, and the reason there's a size difference is for just role playing reasons. It's not like in I don't want to say real life because it's not real life, but if it was you standing next to King Varian or Garrosh, you would be the same size.
Mm-hmm.
They just make him bigger so you can see him over everybody else.
Yeah.
It's not really a size difference. I mean, yeah, he'd be a little bit bigger than you because he's Garrosh, but
He's jacked.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the as we were talking about how you level up your crew. On top of that, there's
the Wu-Tang Clan. Get it
the
right.
Wu-Tang Clan. So as you get your posse set up in Wu-Tang,
Sheriff Joe's Posse. That's it. I named it Sheriff Joe's Posse.
oh man. So that you'll level them up by running missions and all that stuff. So you'll level them up through everything, and then you have to get their gear maxed out, and then they have like different qualities and quality and rarity. So like I said earlier, like you get like your guy's like a blacksmith or he's a miner, and he has that other quality, and then the rarity would be just like the pet system, like it would be like blue, rare and epic and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Now the customized thing, I think that's just names and stuff, but like you can see here,
Would it be cool if you could transmog their gear? To like, oh god,
that would be pretty cool. But yeah, so like there's a lot of stuff going on, and then you upgrade each building and things like that.
Look how good those look.
I know.
Oh, I'm so excited. I'm gonna be upgrading my PC now. I'm gonna go buy parts tonight.
I need to
once I
get
get home. I'm buying pieces.
just buy them here.
I might buy them here.
Yeah,
I can't get in trouble here.
Exactly. I won't yell at you. I'll yell at you because you didn't buy a big enough one.
Right?
But get the bigger card. But yeah, so like the tiers and stuff. I thought this was interesting because when I thought of Mage Tower, I never thought of a circus tent.
That's a mage tent, bro.
It says Mage Tower.
No, that's Mage Tent.
Mage Tower.
Version 1.
And then Mage Tower 2.
That's such a big. That's a huge difference. A tent. That's so temporary to go from. That's weird.
And then Tower.
Okay, that's a tower.
Yeah, that is a tower. Not exactly what I had in mind for the
No.
tower, but I kind of like it. I think it's a little weird shaping. But I mean,
think
it's
that's
a
the
mage
angle.
tower.
I think that's the angle.
I'll show you an angle.
That's weird. Look at that. Look at that. That progression's cool. That's really cool.
Yeah.
Now, I mean, this all looks like Alliance stuff. Oh, there we go.
There you go. Stables version 3.
Okay,
So
what's
this is
version 1?
I don't have it. But yeah, so that's garrisons. I mean, that's
Here's a question, and I'm totally going off topic here. We never really talked about this, but what do you think about the changes in transmog? Because didn't they say something along the lines that once you obtain a piece of gear, it like stores it and says you got that, and you can delete it from your inventory? Because I think that's the Diablo style, isn't it? I've never played Diablo. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't played either. I don't know how the transmog in that works. Actually, let's see here real quick. Oh, hold on a second. I'll be right back. Talk about transmog for a second.
Transmog. I want to say not too long ago. No, go ahead. Get in the way. Yeah. Low budget production here, guys. We don't have our production assistant here with us today. I don't remember where I read it, but I remember a while ago. I read something that they were going to go to that type of system. You once you obtain the piece of gear, it's almost like void storage where you got it and it'd go in, and no matter what, you could go back and transmog it. I don't know I don't know how good or I mean that's for me. I collect a lot of gear, or I get a lot of gear, and I don't really do anything with it. I just sell it and be like, yeah, that would be cool, but I don't have enough space. So, what? Okay, we're trying to find our Skype caller here. I guess it's we need to work it out. We have a special guest. Like I said, guys, we said this in our pilot episode. We say it every week. If we didn't say it last week, every week we do we answer questions from you guys that we get in emails from our email, justanotherwowshow@gmail.com. We also answer questions on YouTube at what's our channel? Just Another WoW Show. Excuse me. And we also answer your comments from twitch.tv, which we have up now and running. I mean, hopefully there's some of you watching out there. If not, watching on YouTube. Just let us know, comments, and if you email us, we will maybe at random choose you to come on the show and talk to us about some questions you have. So, let's see if we can get our person. If not, we'll continue to talk about transmog. The other thing I want to talk about while you're sitting down there, absolutely ignoring our viewers here.
I'm not ignoring them.
Is the character models. You have that up right here on the screen, and you guys can see here. If you haven't seen the new character models, head over to MMO Champion. You could see Thrall, Velen, one of the Warlord guys. I forget his name. Is it Grom?
Oh, Durtan and Grom.
Durtan and Grom, and they look badass. But what I want to know is, where are the other Alliance characters? I want to know. I want to see Varian Rin. Varian Rin's my favorite. My favorite guy. My favorite everything, because he's freaking Varian Rin, dude. He's Logash. He's the wolf. What is that? Ghost wolf?
Logash.
Yeah, Logash. That's what I said. Logash.
Oh, yeah. The Ghost Wolf Ancient thing.
Yeah, he's like he's combined, but yeah, he's Varian Rin's my. I mean, who else can go toe to toe with Garrosh? I mean, Thrall got his ass really handed to him. He just got kicked in the face. If that was Varian in there instead of Thrall, Varian would have just fucking shanked that guy. I mean, freaking shanked that guy. Who cares? But I want to see in Transmog, I want to be able to see more of, if I kill Grom Hellscream, this guy right here, the one shoulder, I want to be able to look like him a little bit. I want to be able to transmog to be. I want to look like him. Oh wow, here we go. Let's see if this will work out. You guys are gonna work on the kinks with us here. See if we can't get him. Well, we can't get him through our headsets, can we?
I don't think so.
No, that's not possible.
You there, Andre?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, check it out, guys. Andre,
How you doing, buddy?
good friend of ours.
Well, I'm doing good. I got my Dos Equis.
Dos Equis, right on. How's it? Is it tasty?
It is very tasty.
Are you
Like the outcome.
are you watching us on the live stream currently?
No, I feel bad. I forgot to turn on the live stream.
You should feel bad.
You really should.
You should feel very, very bad. Very, very bad.
I haven't seen your mugs anyway.
I don't like seeing my mug either. You know, I wonder if our viewers can even hear him.
Let's see. Anyone in the trade chat or in the trade chat?
You played too much World of Warcraft.
That's funny.
Let's see here. Let's pull in a. Oh man, I wonder how we can.
Just unmute the channel.
What channel?
Go to no.
Hey, tell me what to do.
Go to twitch.com, twitch.tv.
You're Twitch.tv.
Go to twitch.tv.
I'm going.
There you go. Now unmute that.
Unmute
Is
this.
this early in the morning?
Yeah,
What's that gonna do?
we'll be able to hear.
Oh, I'll be able to tell. Well,
Yeah.
we're gonna get all sorts of weird ass feedback. Man, our upload's slow.
Is it?
Yeah. Andre, what the heck, man?
Well, why is it always me?
You're the computer dude.
It's easy. You're not here, so it's easy to blame you.
Your upload's limited by your equipment, so.
Well,
yeah, did you hear that? Looks like you're shopping for new parts today too.
Well, let's just assume that they can hear us, and we'll go from there because right now we can't really check that out. So go ahead and mute that again. And Andre, the reason that we were giving you a call, we were talking about transmog in World of Warcraft, and we don't have any experience in Diablo, so we don't know how transmog in Diablo works. And one of the things that we're noticing is that World of Warcraft and Diablo are kind of sharing all of their different benefits and perks. They're kind of sharing knowledge. So how does transmog in Diablo 3 work out? Can you, when you purchase the items and you transmog it, can you sell the item afterwards and still keep the mog?
All right, what's neat about the transmog in Diablo 3 is, as of right now, well, first off, the bad thing when they first implemented it, any items that you received that you wanted to transmog, couldn't. They put a nix on that, no legacy items, because the new expansion that came out was such a big change. Blizzard just decided, no, just new legendaries or green set items.
Okay, so any items going forward you can transmog, but since they implemented transmog, anything that was before that, they consider legacy items and you cannot transmog them?
That is correct. Yeah.
All right.
And then from there, once you have discovered an item, doesn't as long as it's one of the transmogable items, you know, the pants, the boots, so on and so forth, you can always go back to a repository of all the items you found for transmog, and you could always transmog those.
What does that list look like? I mean, is it a huge list of all the items?
It's based off your character. It's based off what you found. For instance.
Well, right. I mean, what I'm like, is it like a huge? Because I mean, I get a lot of items in WoW. I'm assuming that like, if you're not even click, just obtain it. I mean, that list has got to be huge. So for you to go through and say, hey, will this look good together? You got to click on a lot of stuff, right?
Well, it's actually very small. I mean, they do give you the standard normal weapons that you can transmog into. The legendary ones, though, they haven't. They've locked down transmog to where if you can transmog a dagger into, say, like a pole arm or another similar dagger, if you got like a one-handed weapon that's a small, like a ceremonial dagger or just a regular dagger. But if you got like a sword, then you can kind of transmog into different things. So the list actually gets small, technically, because of the drop rates. I mean, as an example, for my dagger, for legendaries, I only have 6 options for like really cool legendary items.
Wait a minute. What? 7 legendaries? I have like 1. Well, this is
Diablo. Yeah, Diablo is a lot different. Is a lot different when it comes to their rating system of items. Now, the one thing that, and yeah, that's a good point. The amount of items that you collect in Diablo, because I mean, you guys get loot like crazy in Diablo.
Well, you get rares or the yellows and below like crazy, but the legendaries still have a low drop. What messes with that is if you can go up into the torment levels, which is the highest level of difficulty, and you can start really killing monsters there. That's when you start seeing more legendaries. But once again, I mean, it wasn't uncommon for me to find maybe like the same legendary twice in a row. That's just Blizzard's random loot table.
So does how many different item models are there? Like in Blizzard, like in WoW, they have a bunch of different kind of color schemes for different item sets, and that's how they kind of get away with using like the same models over and over. Does Diablo have a recoloring, like a reskin of something, or is everything new?
Well, with Diablo, pretty much every legendary is unique. For instance, there's a boss in the game called the Butcher, and you can actually get his axe called the Butcher's Carver, and it literally has a goat head on the end. That has a massive scythe-like body, a huge metal face for where the blade is on a normal axe, but it shoots out blood all over the place from the axe's metal part, and that's the animation. But then you can go to the Scorn, which is another item I just got, and that just looks like a kind of a symbol of a skull and crossbones, but it's so vastly different, even though it's still the same axe, but it just it like shoots out red sparks.
So you can make one item like recolored on your own, or like not, so say if like it's say that axe is red, can you make it black?
No, unfortunately, the only pieces you can recolor are the gloves, the chest, the shoulders, the helmet, the legs, and the boots.
So when you in the recoloring thing, is that something that like you have free range of, and you can just like, is there like this armor piece has a first color scheme, a secondary color, and a third color, tertiary color?
Sadly, no.
So they do all the shading and all the different shades of the color for you. You just say, I'd rather this be a red hue than a blue hue. I think that's the right way to go about it, because otherwise it can get a little overwhelming for the average player to select each and every color for the first, second, and tertiary colors.
You'd have people running around looking like a bag of Skittles.
I got so
like
frustrated. I was playing Final Fantasy 14, I believe. That's the online one, right? The newest one?
Yep.
Okay. I was playing that one, and they give you the option to color all your stuff, and I got like every piece set up the way I wanted, and then like I got a new piece, and I just got so sick of sitting down every time, so I just colored everything white. Like I just went, oh, nope, everything goes white. And I just took away first, second, and third. I just went, nope, just white. I'm just a blob of white running around. It all matches. It's just fine.
That's racist.
No, I didn't say it was the best.
Now you are.
No, right. So the bringing this back to World of Warcraft though. So with all the gear that you get in World of Warcraft, the greens and blues and purples and the very rare legendaries that you get in WoW, there's a lot of different item models that are there. So the list that I'm thinking of is, as you pick up every green, every blue, every purple, that list of items that you can mog into is just crazy.
Oh, yeah, it would get huge.
What I would really like them to do is if they implement this into WoW, and this takes away some of the excitement for the player, but also makes it a little more organized for us as well. If they introduce like item models, so like how you have the different recolorings of them, but they call it like, I don't know, Commander's Stout Chest.
Oh, right.
And then you have
the tiger.
Yeah, the tiger and all that stuff. If they merge all those into the one item model, like where it just says Commander's Stout Chest.
I see. Oh, so there's different, like, because I got Mogget on mine, and you can go through it, and it'll say like, okay, this piece right here is also this piece, this piece, this. These are the ways you can get it. Okay, if it's like that, if it's like it's a Mogget type database, that's a fairly small list.
Yeah, you can get through that pretty easily.
That's another thing that would be really cool is for Blizzard to bake in a interface like Mogget. Because I like to play my size Barbie, right?
That's all Transmog is.
But what it is, it's like my dorky way of playing dress up. So, all right. Yeah. So Andre, we're going to let you ask us one question. And now I'm going to hope you can make it WoW related. But seeing as how it's been a little bit since you've been back on, I'll go ahead and I'll bite, and I'll take any question you got for us. What can you come up with?
Well, that's kind of a left side field here. I was planning on talking about transmog, and I got to come up with a question. I got to think. Oh, man. for people like me who've been out for a little bit and are kind of just waiting on the expansion. I mean, realistically, what would be like the single most feature that could rope me back in to stay either play Horde or Alliance?
Oh, color me impressed. That's that's deep. First thoughts. What do you think?
I think the one thing that got my my little brother actually just resubscribed yesterday.
Oh wait, hold on. Let me answer this. This is plain and simple. What would rub back in? Us. Duh.
Yeah, my little brother was checking out our podcast and some of our videos and stuff, and he was like, you know what? It looks fun. I'm gonna jump back in. And the biggest thing is people to play with, and that's the same thing with any kind of video game. You have people to play with, you're gonna want to come back. Now, if you're talking content-wise, something that's going to keep you involved and keep you playing, the grind of raising your gear level can only go so far, and that's just with any game. Like, you're going to cap out into a point where I can't get into a normal group. I can't do anything like that. My solution to any Horde or Alliance player who wants to get into the game, who wants to strive towards the bigger picture and get the best gear and see the bigger content and be challenged, openraid.eu. Go to that webpage, create a character, create an account. Their openraid.eu, if you want to go ahead and pull that up.
It's the raid browser, but better. I feel like a lot more people use OpenRaid than they use what's that other one called? The in-game
OQ.
raid browser. OQ, yeah. And they use it more than the in-game raid browser. Let's see here, OpenRaid. That's it.
Yeah, OpenRaid, and right now I'm logged in as my paladin, so it's set to a horde. You can see the top left says OpenRaid. And it's and raid is in red, but if you're in Alliance tune, it'll be blue. Now, the reason I suggest this site, I got stuck. I couldn't find a normal group on my server, and this website, if you want to go to the events page real quick, you create your character, and they have you do a couple different things, like remove a couple pieces of armor to validate that it's your character, and you can create your own event and group, or you can find one. And when you go down, you have your options of player created events, and then you have host events. Like, so the creators of the website, like the approved people, will create events down here, and you can, if you want to view, I can't read that number right there, but I want to say it's in the hundreds, right? 100 events, right there.
191 results.
And that's typically set out for a week. So there's a list.
New glasses.
What?
Nothing. Go ahead. And hearing aids.
Yeah, apparently. I have you right in my ears. I didn't hear that.
What?
But yeah, so like right now they're doing this event where they're encouraging challenge modes, and they were getting people to go for bronze. And then this week, the end of this week, they're starting silver. So they encouraged people to create events that were basically saying, you can only create challenge mode events that required 0 experience. People who haven't gone in at all. And your goal is to get bronze. And then the next week you can be like, okay, you have to have bronze in all these. And they were actually walking their subscribers through this whole process of getting up to gold challenge mode so they can get their sets. On top of that, there's also all these achievement runs like Firelands, Dragon Soul, and they have all these different times and dates. What you do is you just click an event. Let's see, Wings 1 and 2 for Siege of Orgrimmar.
Who does
on
that
Flex.
anymore? 510 eye level, you get that with a boosted character.
So it shows you the minimum requirements and like when the raid's going to start and stuff. And then you can... when you go like invite your friends or whatever, you can view eligible friends who also have open raid, and you can go down the list and just send them invites like, hey, I want my friends to come join me and do this raid with me. they'll ask you to have like research and all that stuff. So I think the best way to get back into WoW, if you haven't been playing for a while, or if you don't really have a lot of friends in WoW right now, they're all playing Diablo 3. Ahem.
Hey. In my opinion, Diablo right now is a far superior game than WoW. That's my opinion.
Which is fair, because, I mean, I'll be honest, there's a lot of people playing it.
Yeah.
Well, it just launched a new expansion. Why would? And then WoW's going to launch one, and then everybody's going
it
to
goes
go back
back
to
and
that.
forth,
Yeah.
and Blizzard's pockets get fatter and fatter.
Which is fair. I mean, that's brilliant on Blizzard's part. I mean,
Hey,
you'd be
you know what?
stupid not to do that.
Applaud to them because they're making fantastic games. Hearthstone,
Oh, yeah.
StarCraft, World of Warcraft, Diablo 3.
I'm excited for Heroes of the Storm. Andre,
Yes.
I'm going to ask you a question now, and I really hope our viewers can hear you decent. Now, you played League of Legends with us, and now Blizzard's coming out with their MOBA, Heroes of the Storm. I mean, I know you haven't played the alpha, or maybe you have, and I'm jealous. But what do you think about that? Are you looking forward to that, or you just don't want to try another MOBA, or what's your thoughts on that?
From the amazing amounts of time I spent watching those videos, because this MOBA in short makes me really want to play it. The reason why I'm excited for it is it's not a traditional MOBA. I can't call it a MOBA because a lot of the games that I have watched in alpha tend to, as an example in League of Legends, if one team or another got their champions way too high, it was a guaranteed loss for the opposing team. In this game, I've literally seen some very named, or some very, like Liquid Nazgul's team or the Liquid team, play an opposing team and lose, even though they were far ahead in stats and objectives completed, because it was just based on the fact that, I got to summon a certain, say, like undead golem, and we were able to push that far enough into the opposing player's base, and it's dead. And then we won, even though we were hurting. It was that simple.
That's cool.
And not only that, and Blizzard has made it a point to say no game will last more than 20 minutes.
Really?
League of Legends, yeah, I remember League of Legends was like, our game's going for an hour.
Yeah,
I kill myself.
I remember playing games
hated
that were,
that.
and because people sucked or they were too good, and it just went on forever.
Yeah.
I like that. I like to limit the time on.
Exactly. I have never seen an alpha game as of right now. And by the way, as a side note, the alpha looks like the most polished game in the world. I do
Yeah.
not know why.
Blizzard's amazing at that.
They're getting good.
They're good about like their alphas, like Hearthstone. That alpha blew me away. Like it might as well have been a full out of the box game.
And they're still using like decade old engines, aren't they?
StarCraft 2 engine, which isn't really that old, but
Well, they're switching to that new. What was it called? Mopac. Did you ever look into that?
no, not really.
Mopac's the old one, isn't it?
Mopac's the old one.
I don't know. I don't know how to do this stuff, man. I just play video games.
So let's talk about stuff we do know. So anyway, going back to I'm excited for Heroes of the Storm. The key features are no battles longer than 30 minutes. All right, or 20 minutes. You got me. You can play all the iconic heroes. Diablo, Tyrael. All of them. You have like Jim Raynor from StarCraft 2. You got some other World of Warcraft. You got Malfurion. Stuff like that. I'm bad.
Illidan.
Illidan, yes, you do see Illidan on a lot of the videos.
Didn't they offer? You can. So what's up with the skins on that? Like, can you purchase the skins or with in-game currency?
Yes. I don't know about in-game currency. It may still be like League of Legends, to where you actually have to spend real money for the costumes. That's the talk of the town right now. But the way that the skins actually appear, it may be worth dropping maybe $5 here and there just for something cool to look at.
Illidan as a druid cracked me up.
No.
Yes.
He's a demon with two big ass green swords.
Well, he still was using the big ass green swords. They just were made out of trees.
Stupid.
But the other cool thing is too is there's no items. You're not focusing on buying items anymore.
Right. I heard it was talents.
Yep, you're just focused on your character progression, kind of like in WoW or and even in Diablo. You have the freedom of choosing how your character is played. So if I played say the Witch Doctor, well and the Witch Doctor is kind of designed to be more of a building damager. Well, all of a sudden I don't want to be a building damager. I want to be a mob killer.
Right.
Then you can make them that way, and you can do it on the fly. Once you obviously set it in stone, I'm pretty sure that you can't change it. I haven't seen anybody actually reset all their talents and start changing it. So in a sense, you got to be careful with that. But that's one other thing that's like, oh, that's a really nice feature. So to boil it down, it's no items, all based on your character progression. 20-minute or less times, and the fact that you can just play all the Blizzard's plethora of heroes, and they do not have a shortage.
Cool.
Sounds pretty fun to me.
Yeah. Well, Andre. Oh, go ahead. Nope, go ahead. Last comments.
One other caveat is they have 4 unique maps instead of you just playing Summoner's Rift.
40?
Four.
Oh, I thought you said 40. I was going to lose my mind.
Oh, man.
Heck yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Andre. Well, we thank you for the call, and you rock. Hopefully, we'll get you back into World of Warcraft, and hopefully, viewers. This is probably not the last time you'll hear Andre. We might have him on the show a few more times. Guy's real informative,
well versed.
Yeah, very very well versed, and we'll see him again soon. But I think it's about that time to wrap up the show. So, thanks guys for hanging with us and living through our low budget performance here. We're still like we always say. I mean, for a little while, we're still working out the kinks and stuff. But if you guys want to email us, justanotherwowshow@gmail.com. Check us out, our live stream. We've been doing actually a lot of that lately, just us gaming. It's twitch.tv/its_jaws, JAWS. Check us out on YouTube. This video will be posted up. Our channel is Just Another WoW Show. And we're still working on the whole Twitter thing. I'm kind of an idiot, and I've still got to take the plunge into it. So, yeah, thanks for viewing, and we'll catch you guys next week, Sunday.
Yep. Thank you, guys.
See you. Sweet, Andre. You rock.
Well, okay.
We
I
stopped,
guess I'll
please.
talk to you guys if it's not recorded.
Yeah. Actually, you know what? While we got you on here,
What's up, man?
while we got you, I kind of want to figure out how to make sure that people listening will be able to hear you, because it looks like right now we got the audio coming out of the speakers, and I don't know.
It should catch anything that's coming on the screen. Anything that's playing on the screen should be recorded. So I think it should work. And that's what I was trying to figure out, but we had to just go with it and just try it. So
Yeah. Good call. That was good, dude.
Yeah.
Good job, Andre. Thanks for coming in the club.
We do a lot of speaking, so it's easy.
Yeah.